Musgraves Pressure Washing Institute Contractors First. I am here with Andrew Thompson out of Houston, Texas, guys. Andrew owns about every service business in the world, and we're here to tell you guys today why the residential economy sucks for pressure washing right now.
Right now, yeah.
Tell them. Do it again. Nobody heard that other stuff you said in Friends. That what you said was spot on of why service industry is down right now on essential services. Okay, let me explain something. I just want to tell you this. The service you were talking about, home improvement versus a essential service that is like a cleaning service, landscaping, that kind of stuff, that's a different category. And that's why you were showing the difference between why one may not slow down. Well, guess what? When houses don't move, and that's when we're going to explain to people start investing in their house, but they not necessarily in cleaning. Like you said, you used the analogy, they will replace the damn windows and spend $30,000, but won't clean it for $800.
That's right.
Because they're going to keep the house, Andrew.
Absolutely.
Get it? But dude, I'm going to shut up because you nailed it. Go right through why is it slow right now?
Okay.
First of all, it's a natural thing. It's slow this time of the year. But why is it extra slow right now?
It's extra slow. So the beginning of the year, we were breaking numbers for power washing up until about May. And I was like hiring more people. And we were like, man, we've never seen numbers like this before for power washing specifically. And then it didn't just slow down. It was like a freight train and it just came to a stop. All right. And when it all of a sudden did that, right, it's hard to justify exactly what it is, but 3 months go by and it's gotten a little bit more steady, but we were doing 9 houses a day and it went to now we're doing 1 or 2 maybe. Okay. And my advertising is at an all-time high, better than it's ever been done before. And that doesn't matter. And now looking back on the last 3 months and trying to think logically about the situation, obviously the economy can have an influence, but what I noticed was people weren't losing their jobs or anything, right? And people haven't been losing their jobs. People are still getting paid well. People losing jobs hasn't really been a thing. So when I went back the last few weeks and now as I analyzing the situation, I got to thinking about it. And whenever the market was doing really well for houses and interest rates were at an all-time low, people were like, well, if I cash out and make a couple $100,000 and maybe I just downsize in my house, now they have all this money, this extra money that they can spend or reinvest, or when they buy their other house, they got all this equity that if they want to get a kitchen put in, they want to get power washing done, etc. So, and everything was rolling, and it makes a lot of sense on why there was so much more money being put back into the economy because banks were giving out loans like candy bars every day. Well, now that all that stopped, and people aren't buying or selling as much as they were right now, and the real estate market is hurting right now because nobody is really buying or selling, everything's kind of come to a halt. And whenever you get ready to move into a new house or buy a new house, there's a huge expense with that. Moving companies, taking off work, getting new paint done in the house, getting the new house you're buying, even if it's brand new, it's not going to be to your liking. You're always going to make changes when you buy. And so, in the first 12 to 24 months of owning a new house is when homeowners actually spend the most amount of money on their new house, whether it's an old house or a new one. And it's been proven year after year that they do that. And so now that the market has just been not moving, the market's just been steady and nothing's been happening, I feel that that's why power washing specifically has just not been busy. Now, I also do carpet cleaning and these other services. And so those other services I offer, they have taken a little hit because people aren't spending as much money, but it's nothing like power washing. It's more of the outside of the house can wait. We're not looking at the house, all these things. And when you get ready to sell, the first thing the realtor says is, hey, you might want to get your roof cleaned or anything to help curb appeal, because that's what realtors think of. So when the housing market is sitting, generally we're not getting shit done.
Hold on to your seat. I just text that to 6,000 people.
Okay.
Hey, you couldn't be more accurate with it. But what caused the market high interest, right? Because the Fed.
You have to do the high interest, Ron, because if you keep the interest rates low, okay, and people continually to buy overpriced valued homes, right, it's going to eventually make the market just crash. So by increasing the interest rates and not and making it to where the market cools down, it'll help with a huge recession like '08 did. Basically they did the right thing by increasing interest rates so that we don't end up like 2008. But I think that this recession actually just got started, so I don't know how much of an impact. But I think the Fed did the right thing.
I still ain't convinced that we're in a recession, though. I think that the economy, because analysts and the government and everybody got uneasy, I think they've made the market. I'm going to use the same amount of toilet paper, or a little bit more than I used last year. I'm going to use more this year. I'm still going to pay my power bill. I'm still going to go to the grocery store. I mean, in fact, I'm spending more on groceries than I ever have in my entire life.
I just said that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all are, right? And do you go to the store now and go, well, we can do without this mayonnaise jar. We're going to make that other mayonnaise jar stretch a little. No, you buy the damn mayonnaise because you want the mayonnaise on your sandwich, right? I mean, nobody right now, I don't believe. Now, some people might go, well, Ron, that's because you're going to go to the store and you're going to spend the money. But there's other people that are being affected by it and they're not filling their gas tanks because they can't afford gas. I just don't see that where I'm living. I don't see it. The stores are just as packed. There's just as many people in them. Like some guys made a video the other night that the store was empty. Gerald Vest said, I went to Home Depot. There was nobody on the aisles. Well, guess what? Let me tell you something. Pre-pandemic, do you remember when going into a Home Depot and you'd yell for help and you couldn't find nobody in the store? Do you remember that?
Yes.
I'd be on aisle 27. Hey, I need some help over here. During the pandemic, we couldn't even go to an aisle and there was 25 people on every aisle. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was insane. I think that there's a multitude of things here. There's some normalcy that we're getting back to, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and that's affecting things because let's face it, all these people have remodeled all their homes because they were home for 2 years. They didn't have anything else to do. That's why it looked like Black Friday at Lowe's and Home Depot, right? I mean, that's what it looked like when you went there, right? Every other store in the world was closed up. Walmart, Costco, and Lowe's and Home Depot packed.
And not just to mention, it's expensive to go on vacations. And let me tell you something. You talk to any travel agent right now, the last year of travel agents are making more money right now. Even everybody's traveling.
We've been cooped up for a long, long time. So here's the thing. We can sit here and be these financial pressure washing geniuses, right? Like this is the Wall Street of pressure washing right here, right? But what can we do to combat the situation that we're in right now, Andrew? What are you doing?
I'm running lean right now. It don't matter how much money you spend right now on Google ads and Facebook ads and stuff like that. All it's going to do is put you in a worse situation. I think for me, I'm running lean. Guys, keeping the team lean and mean and not, getting people a lot of overtime, all that kind of stuff, and just keeping it to a minimum to where I'm not stressed out. We're still making enough money to cover payroll, but I'm not making any big decisions to try to grow right now. Like I'm not messing with that. Just kind of letting everything roll and not making any significant growth changes right now. Because the last 4 months has been we've been trying a lot of different things.
Here's my thing so I went through I was alive in 1972. By the way, I'm from a family of entrepreneurs. Now I was young, but I watched my parents go through it. 72, 76. I experienced in 86. I experienced a downturn in 96. Okay. The same downturn in 96 was just like a mini version of 2008. It really was. It was a mini version. Okay. Woke up one day and new construction growth stopped. It came to a halt. Okay. We all know you experienced 2008. come to a halt. You probably built your business through a down economy. That's probably when you started to build your business. Lots of people built their businesses after that 2008 economy and went all the way through to 19, where we now have we're in a different world. We're in a different time. You know what I mean? So we've gone through all those things, and I got to tell people, 9/11 was a weird period as well. Okay. And you don't remember that because you weren't probably in business then, but
No,
9/11, I learned something from 9/11, and I was glad I learned. I learned that all my competitors turned off their marketing, Andrew. They turned it off. Everybody woke up that day, 5:00 in the morning, with the Twin Towers gone, the Pentagon hit, and all of a sudden we were in a different place, right? Because people thought, oh my gosh, we're at war. And immediately people did not spend any more money, man. That was it was another thing that pretty much halted the economy as far as people feeling uneasy, right? Because what are the people thinking? Hey, I got to go out and stock up on groceries. I got to go out and make sure my family's going to be taken care of. Who knows what's going to happen? Are we going to be attacked? Blah, 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 blah. And all that went on, and that mindset. But what I learned is we kept going and we kept marketing. And here's the funniest thing in the world is we walked into a place about a month, maybe 6 weeks after 9/11, a place that we had been pursuing business from for a long time. Okay. One, they couldn't even get a hold of their service provider. And two, you know what they told us? They'd seen no one. No one. No one had walked through the door. No one had walked through the door. So here's the thing for everybody out there. Don't stop marketing no matter what. Because if you turn it off and you're thinking of turning it off because you're slow or you think that you don't need to. Now, I'm not telling you to turn it up, right? We're not going to turn something up right now that's not working.
Yeah, I guess that's more what I meant to say.
Don't stop marketing because your competitors are. They stopped. They pulled back. They got no money. They're broke. They didn't. Everybody's 2 weeks away from being homeless most of the time. And that's a bad thing to be when you're in business because to make money, it takes what?
Money,
right? And you got to have that money for these. Sometimes there's these valleys in business, but they ain't really valleys because even if you're not doing it now, but you continue to market, you're going to come back. And that peak now that we hit, instead of just going like this, it's going to be like this. You understand this? It's going to be huge, especially if you keep the marketing going. And you're going to gain back everything, okay? Because here's the reality. Walmart might be slow right now, but I guarantee you they're going to sell the same amount of toilet paper this year as they did last year. And we may not just be buying it in the next 3 weeks, but we're going to double down on it next month because we didn't buy it. You understand? And that's how it works. If you understand what I'm saying.
No, I do. People
are going to spend, they're going to spend the money. They're just not spending it right now.
Absolutely. I agree. Eventually stuff's going to go back to how it was.
Well, let's talk about this. Wasn't the norm pre-pandemic, this is the slow time of year? Isn't this the norm? You mentioned in your other video that this time of the year is a slow period. Typically after the 4th of July, the entire country is transitioning into, they're either taking their last holidays, hoorahs, they're getting the kids back to school, right? Because everybody goes back to school between the end of July and the end of August.
Yep.
Okay. And after Labor Day, like you said it, this week's a slow week too, because everybody's like, we made it through the summer. We got through the vacations. We have all this stuff we accumulated. We went on the family picnics, the parties, the barbecues. Now it's time to think about what? Fall. We're thinking about fall. What comes along with thinking about fall? Cleaning, baby. Fall means cleaning. Springtime means cleaning. People are going to spend the money and open the wallets up again. We're just days away from it again. That's all it is. Just days away from it. And everybody's been picking up already, right? I mean, the last 3 weeks might have been the worst 3 weeks of your company that you've ever seen. I saw you make that statement as far as pressure washing side. Now you're diversified and have a lot of other services. So, you know, if somebody needs striping, they're going to stripe, man. That money's in the budget.
Yeah,
that money's already in the budget. You know,
yeah, they don't care. Yeah,
yeah,
commercial.
they're gonna,
but this video is not commercial intended. The commercial is a whole different world.
I know. I was trying to tell. Gerald Vest made a video the other day. You saw it, right? He says, "When they're telling you they're busy, they're lying." Okay. First of all, I'm never busy. Okay. Company, yes, never slows down, never stops.
But like Ron, but like here's the thing. Like trying to judge companies, right? Like I have one of my best friends, Ed. He's literally like my best friend. His grandparents started their service company in 1976. Okay, so you can't judge, you know. So we talk every day. Hey, how's business? Blah blah. You know, and like for me, like if I only have 5 jobs a day, that's gonna book. I'm dead, right? But somebody else might have 5 jobs a day, and that's like they're overbooked, right? So like I'm busy when we're pumping 20 to 25 jobs a day is when I'm busy. You know, so you can't always judge how you're doing compared to somebody else because their situation is completely different than your situation. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
Yeah. There's guys that do 1 house wash a day and that's what they do and they're happy and they make money. But for me, I would go out of business.
Yeah.
Ask any successful real estate investor when they made the most of their money. They go on a buying spree. Absolutely. When the market crashes and stuff goes, everything's cheap and the banks aren't lending money. Of course, if you have hundreds of thousands in the bank, you're going to make a lot of money doing that. Yes,
absolutely. That's the time to buy, right? I mean,
yeah.
You don't buy
if
when
you
it's
have
high,
cash, but not using.
I'm hoping that I shouldn't say this, but I'm hoping the housing market and the car market fall apart. I need both.
Right? Yeah. That the car market is still ridiculous.
No, it's getting.
I can't hear you, Ron. Can't hear you.
Oh, I had you muted.
Okay.
It's getting bad here now because we're starting to see. You know how you never saw the cars on the corners? Well, the dealership lots are filling up now, and they're using their extended lots. They've stopped charging premiums. They stopped taking SUV trade-ins again. We're back to that again, and you're starting to see cars for sale and trucks for sale on corners, which we hadn't seen for 2 years.
Yeah, we haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, in Phoenix, they're on the corners now. I mean, they're starting to come on the corners. Every once in a while, you see a set of 2 trucks here, 2 trucks there, 2 cars here. So they're starting to come on the corners again. Mm-hmm. You know, where before you just would list it and somebody'd be there to buy it. I sold some junk trailers, that I only paid $700 for. I got $2,400 a piece for them. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, because supply and demand. Nobody has.
Yeah, they didn't have no trailers. That's right.
That is crazy. So, but yeah, the market has been crazy for residential stuff lately.
Yeah, it's insane. Are you coming up to the Dallas?
I don't know when is
coming up.
I'm not too sure.
13th and 14th, man.
13th and 14th.
13th and 14th.
Next week.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
You better be up there, man.
Is it possible? Are you going down there?
I definitely am going down there.
Fleet washing, hard service cleaning, community management.
It's all commercial though, so it's not your event, man.
I might stop by. What's all these weekdays? Good, Ron Musgraves. Plant seeds, rain will come, sun will shine, crops will grow. Yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video about residential because the last 3 months have been pretty bad for power washing. It's been crazy.
It has been.
Yeah.
It has been, man.
And I have a door-to-door sales team too, and they haven't even been selling much for power washing.
Yeah, but like you say, other services, they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah,
we have to realize that this. We think, because we're in this business, okay, and you know this, power washing service is not carpet cleaning. It's not a pool service. It's not a landscaping service. what percentage?
It's a luxury service, and it took
Yeah,
me
but here's my point. How many people on the street, if you said, "Hey, I'm a power washer," do they go right to washing your house? No, they go to 19 million different other things that you could be doing with a power wash. Oh, you detail cars. Oh, you wash trucks. Oh, you clean hoods on vents. Oh, you do. It's not. They go. Oh, you're a house washer. That's not. That's why I never tell anybody I'm a power washer. And you know this because you've heard me say it. What do I say? I clean sidewalks. That's what I do.
Oh, yeah, you clean sidewalks. Yeah.
That's all I do. But I don't tell people I'm a power washer because early on that led to this big explanation of what I do because the reality of it is nobody knows what a power washer is still. Nobody.
Whenever I'm out and about and somebody asks me, I tell them I'm a fiber specialist, like carpet fibers.
Fiber. I'm a hydroemulsification expert.
I know.
Hydroemulsification expert. That'll get them. That makes them sound like, man, what do you do, man? Were you a scientist or something? No, it's like crazy stuff.
Engineer, baby. Yeah. So, yeah, that's cool.
Who's doing the LinkedIn at the sales event? Marco, of course. The only guy that would ever do the LinkedIn would be Marco because Marco loves LinkedIn. I use LinkedIn, but unfortunately, Marco will not introduce me to any of his contacts. I try.
Oh yeah, not a bad thing.
No, I mean he's got a gal on there that controls. Just so you know, she controls the Western United States for a medical group for all of the little clinics. The little clinics are popping up everywhere. Yeah. And I don't understand. I keep telling him she's the lady, and he's on. I don't know. He got her to communicate, but he doesn't understand what a whale that woman is. And I keep going, Marco, give me an introduction, connect me, I'll sell it. He hasn't done it. Maybe you can get him to get off his butt.
Possibly.
So you see this map we got behind us, right? That's the Power Clean convention, bringing the industry together right there. That's they're going to have like 90 or some companies and booths there. Look at all the General Pump, Power Wash Store, Power Jet.
When is this?
Hydroflex. That one's in October, man. It's the big one. It's in October in Orlando, man. It's going to be huge.
You going to be there?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm teaching. I got to be there, man.
Sweet.
Look at that. We sold a ticket. Tony's got to buy a ticket. There it is.
Absolutely.
You got to buy the one to Orlando. The one that's here we're talking about is free. The one in Dallas, it's a free event, Tony. You can come out to it. It's 13th and 14th of this month. Robert Smith says he'll be there. He's not gonna miss it. We've got about 34 guys online here, man. I'm actually shocked. In the middle of the day. Middle of the dang day, man. We've got a pretty decent. We had 28 guys online. Look at that, 28 guys online listening to you, Andrew.
All right, so let's talk. What are we gonna? We got to talk. I mean, we got all these people on here. Let's talk about another subject. What's another subject?
No, I mean they. I think that you nailed it, and you really. I mean, things happened that caused what happened, but the reality of it is because the real estate market is in the situation it's come down. And I don't think, hey, listen to this, guys. I don't think the real estate market's going to bottom out. I think it's going to take a little dip, and I think it's going to go well for the next 5 years. I think this economy is still going to go well for the next 5 years. You believe we're headed recession? I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
I think what the government has done, as far as the feds have done, is they've raised interest rates. If they wouldn't have done that, we would have been on an all-out collapse, 100% guarantee. But because of raising interest rates, and I mean, think about it, these people were buying houses that were almost 50% overpriced in some scenarios and still buying them. If nobody would stop it, it would eventually just collapse.
My daughter was getting calls from people in California to offer someone $100,000 over market value that wasn't even listed on the MLS, and she had to go up and knock on the door and ask them. Is that crazy?
It's crazy.
Is it crazy? They're willing to pay over $100,000 on a $400,000 or $500,000 house. It's like what you're talking about, just like the premium on the car. I didn't buy an SUV a few months back because they literally wanted 20 grand from me.
Over.
You know what happened? You know what I did? I can't do it here because I'll get Facebook, banned or whatever. But I gave them the old. I can do this one.
Yeah.
Like I ain't doing that. John, it is all the residential. You're absolutely right. Yes, you need to learn some marketing, man. I'm doing a commercial class for free at Marco's event on the 13th and 14th. I'll do 2 hours one day and 2 hours the next day. Come on out. It's only commercial. Everything's commercial. The whole show is nothing but commercial. I would love to come to Atlanta. I think we've got something scheduled in March of next year. If you can't wait till then, hey, come on out to DFW. John Mickelson, are you going to teach water-fed pole at the Dallas event? I know you're going to be at the Houston event. I know you're going to be at the Sandestin event. You really need to come to that Sandestin event, man, and hang out with me next time, Andrew. You got lost last time you were there. We didn't even get to see you. Come on, hang out with me.
I will.
We have more fun anyway.
Exactly.
Marco just disappears.
That's right. So September, October, November. Still got 4 more months this year, man. This year flew by fast.
Unfortunately, John will not be at the DFW event, but he'll be at the Sandestin and he'll be at the Houston event, guys.
When is when is the Sandestin event? I can't see our
January 18th, 19th.
In Florida, right?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Dallas, man, go to nationalcleaningexpo.com. It is on the 13th and 14th. You can get registered there, James Peters. Get registered there, man.
Dan says we need to get someone to teach CTR manipulation.
I think maybe we should have Dan do it. What do you think?
Yeah, we could. It actually takes a special bot to do it. I have a bot that does that, actually.
Do you?
But I'm not going to teach people how to do SEO. That's the craziest thing.
Come on, man. Sound like Joe Biden. Come on, man. You can teach people how to do SEO, man. Come on.
Hey, if I ever sell my company, I'm gonna create something that's gonna be like my that'll be my next adventure to do if I ever sell something. Sorry, I missed the Houston dates. He said he missed the Houston dates.
Houston will be the 8th, 9th, and 10th of February. 8, 9, 10 February 2023. Houston event, guys. Houston event. However, Heath Phelps is having an event that's coming up, in about a month? Is it about a month away?
Yeah, about a month.
He's got something going on in Houston about a month away. So check that out. I don't know about is it under the organization? What's the organization? Wash Shield? Go to washshield.org. Maybe you can find out some information about that. I'll try to hit Heath up and see if he can answer because I don't know exactly about his stuff. Let's see if I can tag him. You never can tag people when you're doing these videos. It's
JC says Google suspended my account. Has anyone had this issue before? Yes, you have to submit a reinstatement request. Whenever you submit the reinstatement request, it'll give you a selection to add an attachment. On the attachment, send a copy of your business insurance or whatever documentation you have for your business, and make sure that the address on whatever you submit is the same as what shows up on your Google My Business profile, and they'll reinstate your listing for you. But But
let's
Google,
recap.
yeah, okay.
Let's recap this, man. You said that the economy in the residential market is purely down because of home buying. It's not happening. It's slowed down. Whatever made that slow down is irregardless. We're not financial experts, but it's real. It's slowed down. Therefore, affecting the service industry, especially essential services, not necessarily remodeling or others home services, but definitely like cleaning, pest control, even. Who knows? I mean, people say, hey man, I don't have the extra $30 a month. I haven't seen no bugs. Cancel my service, until they see a cockroach running around again, right? Or they feel more secure about what's going on with their job, their money, those kinds of things. Because frankly, it's not really all about that. It's like you said, the home buying and selling it's slowed way down. And that's affecting people because people are not transitioning from home to home. Here's another thing that I don't think people realized. This big move that we've seen, what they say moved out of New York. How many people? How many millions? How many people relocated in Florida? Is the number like 5 million or something stupid like that? It's a big number, right?
A lot of people in California have been relocating to Texas as well. It's been really crazy the last year.
Hey Siri, how many new residents in Florida in the last year? Let's see if we got the number. Migration to Florida. Let's see if I can get a number here. No, I can't get a number. But I heard the number was in the thousands. That's crazy. Because when you think about 1 million people moving somewhere, look at all of the cleaning that has to be done, right? Everybody that moves is going to clean. Everybody that's renting a house is going to clean it. I mean, that's just how it is. How many small investors, every time that house flips a rental, you go out and do the carpets, right? Every time, Andrew?
Every time.
Every time. And there's another testimonial. And that's why the residential game has slowed down. I mean,
I agree. I try to look at it from a lot of perspectives. At first, I thought that maybe the economy and, I'm not going to talk about all the politics on here, but maybe the economy had something to do with it. But if the economy is doing poor, usually it signals that people are losing their jobs and et cetera, et cetera. And I really haven't seen people been losing their jobs. I did say
JC. I don't know what you're talking about. No, JC, elaborate a little bit better.
I had explained to him. I did send my paperwork, and I've been waiting for 2 weeks. How long do I have to wait? Hey, JC. So, Google usually takes 3 to 4 weeks to respond. Whenever you submit a reinstatement request, you'll get an auto reply email within 1 day. That auto reply email, you need to reply back to that auto reply email that's in your Gmail account, associated with your Google My Business profile, and send them the documentation in that email as well. If you don't constantly bother them, they will not reply back to you.
I thought you're not talking about SEO, man. Mr. SEO
I'm
master.
talking to him about how to get his Google My Business profile back to the state.
Well, first and foremost, I found out yesterday that my insurance agent of 37 years does not have a Google page. She has no listing, local listing. Can you imagine? She told me that when the yellow pages, this is how old she is. She told me when the yellow pages were out, they would write policy after policy based on a yellow page ad. And I said, you have Google now. And she says, yeah. She says, I know a little bit about that. I started laughing, and I said, and then so I Googled her, and I can't find you in Tempe and your zip code. You're nowhere to be found. And I said, you don't have a Google local listing. And I told her, she needs to get that. Well, she's going to figure it out. So, but if she doesn't, I'm going to help her because it's crazy. This is the point, guys. Get your Google local listing. It's stupid not to have one of those. Dumb. Absolutely dumb. Andrew's like, don't tell anybody in my area to get one.
It takes a lot of, ask the local guys in Houston that they look at my advertising. They're like, damn, if you're not spending at least 10,000 a month in marketing, don't even bother with me. 'Cause I spend a lot of money. But yeah, so I think that certain guys don't need Google because they do commercial and other things like that.
Well, I guess we can wrap it up, man. Unless anybody else has got some questions out there. I love the let's go, Brandon. We'll probably get kicked off Facebook for that one.
Hey, John, that's actually really interesting. The house flipper thing, I have like 7 house flippers that we do work for on a consistent basis. And they've been keeping us really busy even through these no call volume times right now. And so that's been keeping us really busy. I went from having, like, on an average day when we're busy, I'm getting about 90 leads a day. The last 3 months, it's been like 20 to 30 leads a day. So
only 20 or 30. Oh,
wait, it's not a lot for me. You got to think about how many.
I know, man.
Yeah,
but most guys, man, they're like, hey, I can get if I can get 2 a week or 3 a week, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
You crack me up, man.
I know.
Whole different level. People don't even know it. They don't know that little Andrew over here is not so little.
Sleep and breathe, baby.
I know, man. I know. People are gonna be like, now they're gonna be like, he gets 90 leads a day.
On good days, I do, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Every day is not 90, but yeah.
No,
but, I mean, you're only getting almost 30 now.
Yeah. And then half of those are bad.
Oh, always are, right?
Man, I got this freaking I got this
I love that split unit right there. That thing keeps that chili in there, don't it?
Yeah, see that? This is my geek station all day, 12 hours a day right here.
I see it, man. Look at that.
Just huge computer ready to go. I
got a
computer behind me too. I'm like, I turn.
You got a brand new monitor though. That thing's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's 49 inches wide.
What'd that set you back?
I think $1,200, not that much.
1,200.
Yeah,
that's a lot, man.
For a monitor.
That's more than my TV cost, man.
Oh, man, come on, man. Don't do me like that, bro. My printer's only about $50 because I don't print much, so I'm not going to buy it.
I got a few of these. This is what I use. This is it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't use anything else, man.
I sit in here and I listen to sports radio all day and I do work.
Yeah. You advertise on sports radio?
No, but there are some radio stations that I've been considering.
You'll get new construction and more flippers and investors.
On radio stations, you will?
Yeah, you'll get REIT owners. They listen to talk radio and sports.
I got some pretty cool strategies that I'm trying out. I'll tell you off of the video, though, not on the video.
My phone costs $1,200 too.
My phone costs.
Oh, look at that! You already got a client now.
Andrew, I live in Chapel Hill, Texas. My shop is in Jersey Village. I don't know where's Chapel Hill at. I'm gonna have to Google that.
You live in Houston area. You don't know where Chapel Hill is. He's about 45 minutes outside of Houston. 40 minutes.
Hey, John, do you primarily do commercial? I'm assuming.
He wants commercial. That's for sure.
Okay,
he's a good guy.
He's by Brenham College Station. I know exactly where he's at.
Yeah, he's a good guy to work with. He's an Arizona boy. He's a Scottsdale boy. He grew up in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
Are there a lot of residential washers in Arizona?
Yeah.
There are?
Yeah, lots of residential guys.
Oh, I didn't know.
You know Ty, man. He was doing $2 million here when nobody was even washing. That was 2008, 9, 10.
Who's Ty?
Ty Schnell, Power Wash Pros, had all the commercials on TV and stuff. They just barely reached the 2 million mark in residential.
Is he doing? Is he still doing it right now?
He is franchising another company right now.
He's working under another company right now?
No, he's franchised. He's just sold his first franchise. He sold it. He's franchising them nationwide.
Is his plan?
No, he's doing it.
Really?
Yeah, he'll do it. He owns a big music app that is really doing well, and I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but he's a computer geek like you.
That's what I do, man.
Yeah, he's a computer
I
geek.
actually enjoy like the SEO side of things. Like
Andrew doesn't want to tell you the name of his company.
it's Vipertech, Vipertech.
All right, man. Well,
right.
we told these
Cool.
guys, we
All right.
basically told them why the economy's slow. We didn't give them very many tips. Let's close out with a couple of tips. Okay. First of all, don't turn your marketing off completely. Keep going, or if you scale down, only scale down. Do not turn it off. Right now, nobody is marketing.
Here's a tip.
The Viper tip. There's a tip. You're going to give them a tip. Don't talk to strangers. That's a tip. The other thing is, guys, if the residential market is your deal, I can tell you right now that higher end homes, and you might learn something from this, they're not necessarily going to, this isn't going to affect those people. And those people want to be on maintenance programs. High-end homes want to be on maintenance programs. It's the tip of the day. I changed a bunch of guys' lives with this.
All right.
No one thinks that residential can be on maintenance, but it can.
Tell you one more thing about higher end homes. It's a secret. It's a good tip. Higher end homes, people who make a lot of money, they typically won't go to Google to find services for anything. Good tip.
No, they won't.
They won't.
Neither good commercial will not either.
Yeah, good commercial won't either.
A bad commercial, though, you got to be careful because then people that are calling you on Google and commercial, sometimes it's a problem. You gotta weed that out.
Yeah,
So.
It really depends.
All right, guys. Well, hey,
I got to give one more tip though. One more tip.
Yep.
Google is a great tool to set a foundation for your business for residential, but depending on what you do with those leads, how good of a quality job you do with those customers is going to be able to decide where you're going to be standing in 5 years from now. Referrals, all the other things. After you get a lead is what's going to separate you from other people is basically what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Guys, don't forget, man, free event, National Cleaning Expo, guys. Go check it out. Check it out. National Cleaning Expo, guys. It's going to be on the 13th and 14th, guys. Make sure you get registered at National Cleaning Expo. It's right there below there right now. You guys can go there and get registered for the DFW event, Washmart. It's all commercial. It's not a residential event. It's an all commercial event. And then don't forget, we've got an event coming up in October, guys. October. It's going to be one hell of an event. And it's October 12th through the 15th. It's the Power Clean event. It's CETA, PWNA, IWCA, and UAMCC all under one roof, man. Hey, you want to take us out and say thanks for coming out tonight, man? Today?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming on today. Hope we had a great show for you guys. And if you need any advice or any questions, you can reach out to me or Ron personally. I'm sure we'll be happy to answer some questions. And we'll see y'all at the Power Clean convention.
See you there.